Hey everyone, this is DayTraderRockStar, and this is a special market radar video for October 16th, which is a Thursday, coming off of this Wednesday. Wow, what a day, right? Market here close to 500 points down, 400 and change. I mean, incredible. We started off the day gapping down, and let's break it down. What we want to do is really talk about the setup going into tomorrow and what we've been doing here at Day Trading Radio. Really taking things to a shorter term time frame. Recently, just trying to, kind of get through this volatility. It's interesting. You start to see really good stocks setting up, but again, you feel the weakness here, and you don't know how far it's going to go down. So you don't want to really be chasing too many falling knives right now. So really, the strategy over this week was really taking the fight to the market by taking it on a shorter term time frame and taking the ETFs. The trade, and they've been, we've been doing great on it. It's been really good. I've been super excited about it, and I'm super excited going into tomorrow because, I think we took two TNA trades today. Both of them worked out great. We got into a third one. That was already profitable. So I would say, going into tomorrow, we have a good shot of just keeping the streak going. And we're going to talk about those trades in a second. But we want to talk about the market today. The market here started off gapping down. We kind of got a nice pop. But then you can see that 20-period moving average, how it held up, and that's important. See these technicals, they're on the screen here, and I don't know if anybody can be out there and just say, well, the market doesn't react off of these technicals and stuff. Tell me this market does not react off of this 20-period moving average. Tell me today when I was, outlining the market and calling step by step each levels that were happening, why the market was breaking through the 50 and the 20-period moving average, moving up to the 200. At that point, we called it 2 o'clock trade, the 950 reversal. I mean, all these things really played out, and they really play out over and over again, even though the market had really expanded its range. I mean, we were seeing 10-point moves in a matter of 10 minutes, and that is incredible. The VIX, unbelievably, move it here in the VIX, and you can see the VIX actually pulled back here, and that's actually potential short seller, because look at that candle that the VIX left. We zoom out here, we know that recent area of the VIX was interesting, it was 22, but we're up at 26 here. But take a look at that weekly, and the weekly here really shows a different story. We got up here towards that recent support level back 2012, or actually the resistance level. We kind of busted through that. We got to 30, but it kind of came down, left a kind of a tail there. And you know what? That's all good. We look at the VIX, we trade the VIX and stuff, but the real trade was in the TNA, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to continue with this trade, and this is important. The TNA here, it's really the small cap 3 times the return of the Russell. So the Russell 2000, more smaller cap stocks here. It trades it as a regular stock, an ETF. But I tell you, there's something about it. That's the weekly chart. Something about we're really able to, because of the price point here, about $50, $60. Price point, and you're able to get a couple hundred shares, in a decent amount. You're not dealing with like a SPY or something, another ETF or a market tracking ETF that might be up above $100. It just kind of gives you a little better. I feel it's a good priced ETF. Lets a lot of people get active in it. It's not out of the price range of a lot of people, and it's right in that $50 to $60, which I like. So that's one plus on it. The other plus is, it channels out fine. It came right down to this trend line, and it's really a 1, 2, 3 pattern. You can see going back here, we started tracking the TNA and we traded a lot. And I tell you, we have a good return on our TNA trades. I know out there, if you've been following us up here and trading this, it's just like trading anything else. It's like trading Intel. It's like trading futures. A trade is a trade. You're going to get in, you're going to get out, right? And you're going to make money. And that's the game plan. So it doesn't matter what vehicle you use. It's just you want to be good at it. You want to feel comfortable with it. And I think the TNA is becoming very comfortable for us because we're able to build a trade. It's a building device. It's not out of I usually start off maybe 40 shares. Then I'll feel out the market because the market's been so volatile. And then we get down to a level where we can really start to feel the market out. The morning, we take a look at this in the morning. And yesterday we got into the TNA and we held it over. And it gapped down today. And what we did was we bought into it, so we brought our cost average down here to like the 55 level. So that first bounce here on the TA took us right back up. We almost got $1 profit off. We took it off, and the market pulled back. And what did we do again? We did it again. We got back into, I think it was right here, up to here. We did it again, and we waited out, and then I started getting back into it. I think I got back into here and pulled out a little bit, but then I really like the setup here. We had a divergence here playing out in the 5-minute. You can see that the market has been pushing down, but the stochastics has rotated back up with a series of higher lows. And when you see this, this is momentum indicator. This is a stochastic divergence, and it's an interesting one because stochastic divergence in my book is one of the closest leading indicators instead of a lagging indicator, where a lot of times the price or the indicator will actually follow the price. Here you're starting to see that the momentum has shifted, yet the prices continue to move down. So, seeing this and feeling comfortable in it, we're able to actually adjust our trades, and we took a pretty decent trade on there, and boom, it went, and we got out $1.20 out of that. Then, the market pulled back a lot. We got back into it, kind of wanted to hold on to it, and we're back into it, and this is how we ended up on the day up here. So this leads us into tomorrow, and, let's just talk about the markets. Why did the market get hit? Well, big debate in our room, not a big debate, but a lot of people out there thinking this is not an Ebola event. This might be something of European financial instability, the German, some of the data points coming out, weakening trade, weakening data coming out of Europe. And then you have the other things that are just all over the world, the ISIS situation and everything else along with it. But I'm telling you right now, this smells of Ebola all along, because the market has gone through this issues with the European crisis. It's gone through the Ukraine-Russian crisis, it's gone through the Syrian crisis, it's gone through all these things. And what the market does, when the market pulls back aggressively like this, and you get a big day down, honestly, we've seen this before. I've traded the markets for years. And when we see these markets here trade off hard on news, it's because that news is something the market can't get a grip on, can't wrap its hands around, doesn't know the outcome. Lots of times we'll have something back in the day. I was using this as an example when we had these recent corrections going back all the way to 2012, or after 2012, 2013, 2014, we had the debt ceiling crisis. We had the fiscal cliff. These things came out, and they came out of nowhere, and they pushed this market down and kind of stunned it. And, and it got to a point where there was deadlines, and we came to the deadline. The market it didn't show what was happening. And finally, it resolved, and the market moved higher. And the next time we had a deadline come up and stuff, the market just took it off. So whatever. We've been there, done that. This is a totally different scenario. This is an event that we have no idea how it's going to play out. So the market is pricing in what we're looking at as a very bad, worst case scenario. I don't know. How do you price in a worst case scenario if there's a worldwide epidemic, a pandemic? I mean, it's hard to price in. It'll probably get much worse if it is. But right now, the market is reacting on this Ebola. All right. So I mean, we'll have some argument about that, and that's fine. We'll have a debate on it. That's fine too. That's great. But honestly, as you see these patients, and everywhere you turn on all the TV, everything is like new nurse going to Atlanta. They're closing roads. They have a line of cars and cops escorting this ambulance to Atlanta. I'm watching on CNN, and it's like they cordon off the whole the highway so this ambulance could go by. I mean, this is in focus right now so much. It's obvious that it's definitely taken the world and just made it its number one focus. And that with the markets is a recipe for a sell-off like this. 400 and change, it's just, it was a big sell-off day, and we came back pretty hard. And you can take a look. I mean, we for what it's worth, we did really well today. And if you could say you did well trading on a 400 down day, if you're short, you probably have a much better chance of doing well. But we actually, took those TNAs for little bounces and stuff, and that's my game plan usually. As you can see where we're left off here, the 5-minute chart rotated back up, and we were able to call these each time that 5-minute came up, even all the way back to here. We talked about the good opportunity for the market to sell off. So we had the sell off here, we had the sell off here. This is the first rotation we started getting back up here, and at that point, we started feeling maybe with this market, it's about time to make a little further move here. We did get a little further move, but we still are chopping around up here, and we're starting to, and again, this is the 5-minute chart. So this is a rotation that usually rotates down fast. We didn't get that fast rotation, but it also happened, this rally happened at the last hour of this trade. So there was there's a lot of volatility coming into that last hour trade after a day of 400 points, in the red. So all that is behind us. Day by day, we're going to have to deal with the news. We had a plane come in with 6 Ebola patients. I mean, where does this come out of? Who's monitoring this? Who's this is I could go into this and we talk about it on the radio, but what is the worst case scenario playing out? And, is there going to be like 5-10 more cases here in the U.S. and then are we going to have to track down all those people they made contact with? I mean, they have like hundreds of people being monitored right now. So if someone comes out with Ebola just because a person is on the plane with them, this thing could get a little hairy, because they're saying, well, all these people are flying this plane with this nurse. Why was she playing a public flight and stuff? Yeah, exactly. 99.5 degree temperature. There's a scandal going to brew here. Someone's going to get there. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen, because she probably shouldn't have been flying the plane. She apparently called the CDC, and they said, I don't know if it was okay to fly. I don't have all my facts in front of me, but, I have a feeling there will be some shakeup due to this thing. And you know what? And not to blow everything out of proportion, there's only a couple cases here in the U.S., and I keep on referring back to the 23,000 people low ball figure. This is a low conservative amount that die each day of the flu. We have about 4,000. I don't know how many people now are, passed away from Ebola over the last few weeks. But now they've come out with another shocking number: 5,000 to 10,000 new cases of Ebola happening weekly by the beginning of December if things continue the way they are. 5,000 new cases. Just say 5,000. 1,000 would freak me out. 5,000 new cases. Think about those cases, and what can happen here. But so we're in that situation here. We have a trade. We have a market that's affected by this news. We've really got a correction. We actually came down into a corrective 10% correction today. I think we tagged it almost to the dollar, and we bounced off of it. Coincidence? I don't know. But people, we all been waiting for that 10% correction. It just took some news to happen. So is this a technical correction, or is it just the news that helps it along the way? And it is the news that helps it along the way. So tomorrow we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing. We can't guarantee what's going to come out overnight, but I think down the road we'll end up seeing at this 1830 level, 1862 level will be an opportunity. Did we get a pullback here tomorrow before this all starts over? Well, the 5-minute, we always look at the 5-minute. We say, watch that 5-minute rotation early in the morning. And if we can get that 5-minute to pull back, then that might be an entry. The 60-minute hasn't rotated back up here. So I'm also very interested in getting the 60-minute to rotate back up. So I think we got some upside tomorrow, but it's going to be choppy in the morning. The morning has been extremely choppy. You could see that every little pop has been sold into, and again, go back to that 5-minute chart on the S&P. The S&P 5-minute overbought, rotation down. What's going to cause this to change? Well, I think we are going to get a little snapback rotation down, but I also think we're going to move back up higher. I think the 60-minute is prime. It's prime, and I think we're going to get some follow-through. So I do have a green arrow upside bias tomorrow. I'm looking for that rally tomorrow. It's been long enough we've been down here. Take it there's no real severe news out there. Another plane of Ebola patients coming into Newark Airport. That's all we need, right? So, with that said, we're going to concentrate more on the TNA again tomorrow. And again, I just urge you to tune in, see how we trade that. You could also start to see here maybe another great example. I mean, I wish I had my other charts, but I'm actually doing this. I'm doing this update from my home, so I don't have all the tools of the trade in front of me, so I can't show you some of my ES charts and stuff. But I want to get this out because we're going to be super busy tomorrow, and I am looking for some upside tomorrow. TNA hourly pushing up here. It's kind of coiled up. We've been seeing this divergence play out. It's been a good tradable stock. I'd love to tackle this again. We'll pay attention to it again. And that's about it. So be ready to trade tomorrow. I'll see you in the markets. A big shout out to Rebecca Diamond for her visit to the show. I think I want to, probably hear Paul talk more about that on Friday. Might even have some guest spots and stuff. And I think that's it. So we're going to leave you with that, and we'll see you in the markets tomorrow morning. Look for some upside. Look for some upside tomorrow. It's going to be a good day.